All right, man. Peace. So this morning and for the last couple of days, I've been seeing this TikToker that seems to be this very introverted so-called black man, young, 20 something years old or 20 years old, as far as I'm concerned, very young, and looks like he has his whole life ahead of him. Now, this topic of conversation comes into many things that I think about, especially with my journey through YouTube, experiencing these young men who may have this quote unquote incel type of energy, young men who seem to be in a place where they have an intense hatred towards women, especially so-called black women, young men who seem to have this vitriol for other men, whether you say a Tyrone, a Chad, or these different terms that's being used in these communities and stuff like that. And especially with young so-called black men having these vitriol for other young so-called black men, or what you would call Tyrones, as I stated earlier. My thing is this, I've even seen this pretty much a lot of times before. Incels is usually related to, you know, specifically men that have mental health issues, especially autism, especially ones that I debated before. And then I had got accused of making fun of someone who has autism because they have autism, them not understanding that I'm actually critiquing them because of the statements that they make. And usually before one individual that it was revealed that he has autism, it was never about him having autism. It was just a fact that, he makes points where he has a disrespect. He disrespects so-called black men a lot. And it was just that I'm just addressing it and wanting to know why. But back to what I'm saying. We're going to be doing this video today about the Nice Guy Chronicle. And, I have to say this about that whole entire conversation in general, especially as men. One of the things that we need to understand as men is that we have to stop downing ourselves. And I think a lot of times when we go through things, we're downing ourselves for the approval and the validation of women. We're not looking inside ourselves and saying, well, I move like this and I shouldn't give a damn what someone else thinks about me. Instead, I should be able to develop myself, carry myself in a certain way. And, the mentality that I will always advise to men is work on yourself, of course, worry about yourself before you think about somebody else tenfold. And that means even your own family members and friends. But the Nice Guy Chronicle comes into that whole entire thing that took me on a trip back when, I used to think about that, be more emotional and, want the approval. Like, why can't a woman love me? Or why can't I have the girlfriend that I want? All these different things that took place when I was younger, being more concerned and feeling like I'm going to be alone or lonely for the rest of my life. And then it just started to become a place where I just didn't give a damn. I didn't care. And the thing about nice guys is that because they're usually introverted, more into themselves, they want to be able to come out their shell, but want to come out with someone on some type of Disney love type of thing. And, the woman is like, I'll listen to you. I'll be your personal therapist and all these different things. With men, you don't have that luxury. And I just have to really make that clear. You don't have that luxury. So with the Nice Guy Chronicle, it's just the whole entire what a lot of these dudes online will say, the blue pill, rhetoric. And that's not really red pill, that's blue pill, wishing for love and this, that, and the third. It goes with anything. I will never say that a man is not capable of being in love or falling in love. As these nice guy things is them creating a border for themselves, in which you have to stop calling yourself a nice guy. You know that you have nice guy traits, you know that you carry yourself in a certain way, but making sure that you call yourself a nice guy is limiting your potential. See, the thing about it is they relate themselves and, do these comparisons to these bad boys or these Tyrones or whatever they want to call them, because it's the personality that's making them win the girls that they want. But as a quote unquote nice guy, you feel like you have to be so about their opinion and what they do. But, honestly, I tell fellas, you cannot care what these women think. You have to care about yourself tenfold. That's how things work. But get into this. There's a couple of TikToks that I had seen. I'm actually going to be showing one of the ones that went viral. And this dude has like a long track record. So I want to go over these TikToks with you. So, Pete, this is the first one.
Black females always choose these men from the hood over me, and I am getting so sick and tired of it. And
And with that being said, this young brother whose name Notorious Rashid, I think his name is, they actually did dox him and find his information and listed where he lives and where he works and all these different things. I don't believe in that. I don't care how crazy someone's rhetoric may be, unless he sent out pretty much threats and all these different things, then I would understand. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I did light research on him, but it always follows the same type of rhetoric. And it's usually because these nice guys want to be able to have the hot woman, the woman that's usually a 9 or 10, the pretty girl, the hot, the bad bitch, all these different things. That's what the nice guy really wants. And he is feeling like he has to go out on these tantrums because he can't get it. And that could be pretty much the reason why this guy, Notorious Rashid, went on a rant like that. Now, check this out. This is actually one of the clips that had him go viral.
Great.
females will always deserve to be for rejecting nice guys like me.
And the thing about it is trying to come up with these rhetorics where you say that, women deserve to be raped just because you keep getting rejected by these women. And it was also one of these different things that I seen before we go on to our last clip where he is upset because he's getting rejected as a nice guy and also as a short guy. And it's pretty funny seeing these different things, all these conversations about, I get rejected because I'm short and I'm nice. And I say something to that. Yes, women do care about height, as much as trivial as it may seem. But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, you can't fear wanting to be rejected in this world. That's the problem that guys like this have, in which they believe that because they're short, they're out the game. It doesn't mean that. There's guys that believe that they're fat and they out the game, and that's not true. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to develop the confidence of just saying, hey, look, listen, it is what it is. You like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. And a lot of times you're starting to get these young men like him who doesn't really know anything that much. You know what I'm saying? Not to say he's dumb, but to say that him being on social media, he's relying on these quote unquote red pill content, these men that's been able to make a bag off of emotional marketing, where they're able to go online, say these different things about these women. Oh yeah, black women is always going for these Pookies and Ray Rays and Tyrones. You see that, you see that, you see that. But there's always these different things that these guys on these channels say, and they always miss the mark with this. What is the solution? A lot of the times these dudes always say you have to work on yourself, you have to go to the gym, you got to stack your money and this, that, and the third. But the problem in that statement is it's for yourself, but you're relating it to get the validation of women. Whereas I will tell you, I don't care if you get the validation of women. I prefer you not get the validation of women. I prefer you feel confident in yourself, where you feel great about yourself, that when you go outside, it's all about you. Yeah, be a little bit narcissistic with yourself, be a little bit selfish, and be able to understand at the end of the day, you are a gift from God. You understand what I'm saying? Especially so-called black men in this society that's been affected very much by the negative pull and negative situations or negative views from media that's been put on the so-called black man. So this doesn't help us move forward as men and having an understanding. Hey, look, listen, this is not the way to go. Let's advise this young man. Let's not vilify him and this, that, and the third. Let's understand him and actually come up with a solution he can feel great about. And if he feels like he can't, live to that standard, or he feels like it's too late, only thing we could do is push him and try.
Great.
Females will always deserve to be for rejecting nice guys.
All right, so let me say this. I am his mother, and I've tried for years to tell him and encourage him to get therapy and help. I've told him multiple times that you have mommy issues. Me, I'm the mama. So you have issues with me. And you need to go to therapy and get those things worked out, because If you respect me and if you love me and don't have issues with me, then you wouldn't be attacking women for no reason at all. The only time for me, my personal belief, when a person such as him attacks women for no reason is because they have issues with their mother. Cool. But here's the thing. No one deserves that. No one deserves to be talked to any kind of way. No one deserves to be mistreated, threatened, feel unsafe, or anything like that because of his issues. His issues.
And this is the thing on that. I think a lot of brothers that come from these red pill content or talking spaces are always usually looking at the fault of the single mother, in which I'm not really sure if Rashid in question, if this is his mom, and well, she does say that this is her, right? This is his mom. But at the same time, I don't know if she's a single mom. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. I'm going to make a fair assessment and just say this is his mother. I don't know the background of this woman or him, but I will say it does, these talking points that come in. The problem with these talking points is this is just basically generalizing all single moms and saying all single moms have put pretty much a big pressure on their son for their son to react the way that Rashid did. And with this woman seeming very fair and balanced, I can't call it. The only thing that I can say is a mother like this obviously is caring for her son, but at the same time, she is advising him that she has boundaries too, and that she does not want to be related to the foolishness that he could be saying online and a long list of history that he's been releasing online and being able to use TikTok as a soapbox to say some very harmful and disturbing things, more specifically about Black women.
Issues is his issues, and he needs to work on them. There is no excuse. Mental health is a very serious issue that we have going on, right? But he knows right from wrong. And you know right from wrong, and you know that this is wrong, and you continuing to do it, that means you're making a choice to do it. I have said multiple times, you're going to get your beat or you're going to get killed because of the stuff you be saying and how you be acting and doing, because it's not funny and there's nothing about it that's respectful. And if it don't do it to you, they're going to come do it to me, and I'm going to be the one that's getting harmed because of something you doing. And he's
with anything, just like I've made streams in the past, or I might have done things in the past on this YouTube journey that could get me in trouble or even harm my family. And I've understood that. You understand what I'm saying? But, I don't try to make content, or I try to, even how I relate myself on panels, I don't try to put myself out there where I'm making very disturbing things and trying to send out. I'm not trying to do that. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, it's just like I always say, anything you do or say can be used against you, not necessarily in a court of law, but on social media. So we all have to be very careful how we carry ourselves on here. Some people just don't care. And the thing about it is, you don't think about things until they happen to you. It's always just a rule of thumb that seems to happen. So you get these certain people be like all surprised when they get doxxed, or, somebody knocks up on their door, someone personally sees them and they said, what you said on social media and stuff like that, and then somebody wants to fight. I don't really go for those things at it anyway. I don't believe in people doxing other people. I don't believe in people doing these harmful things on social media. But at the same time, people can be really whelmed into their emotions and then take it out on you just because they don't like something you said. So that's why I say you always got to be careful with the things you say on social media, because a woman like this, or just family members that's around him, can be harmed based off his actions and the things that he says. But let's continue.
He still does it. When I ask him, hey, have you been doing XYZ? No, I don't even do stuff like that. And then I have people messaging me telling me that he's doing it. I don't appreciate that, because I don't think that way. I don't talk that way. And I don't condone those types of behaviors. As of recently, I told him, don't come around me. You can't come around me. You can't be near me, because I'm not about to be caught up in no foolishness for you or anything like that. A lot of people may say, oh, it's his mama's fault. He's 20 years old. Been telling this brother, this young man, my son, to get help forever. He said he don't need no help. I can't make a 20-year-old go to therapy. I can't make him do it. He refuses to do it because he said there's nothing wrong with him and he doesn't need any help.
And the first step to these mental issues or these mental problems is that a lot of people will neglect that they have an issue or they feel some type of way or something that happened to them in their life, whether it be from a young age or to the age they are now, has affected them. So a lot of the times, because of the grandiose availability of social media, they will use those problems that they're going through and relate their problems on social media as a soapbox. That's why I said earlier, he's relating the social media bid as a soapbox. You understand what I'm saying? That he's not looking within inside of himself and taking the responsibility or just having the thought of, you know what, let me chill off of this whole entire thing. And I'm trying to word it right, but just the fact that, you know, let me take a break from this or let me have my own boundary that I don't use my mental health to put it on social media. In which even his mom is saying, hey, you know what, if you got a problem, put it on, you know, go see a therapist, get some help. Because even I, as your mother, tried to talk to you, tried to have a conversation with you, and you ignored me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. And that's one of the different things that I've seen on this YouTube journey, whether I've joined panels or whether I've seen other men, more specifically young so-called Black men, do, where they have this very irritable personality that they want to be able to get out. And when they have a fan club or they have a base of people that can relate to them or see them as cool, they start to develop their own little fan base or develop their own little circle of quote unquote friends and virtual friends where they feel welcome to keep expressing what they're expressing. And that's the thing. It's just like with this channel. Of course, I'm going to get people who agree with me. Of course, I'm going to get people who understand exactly where I'm coming from, my talking points and all these different things. But what happens when it's opposition? It's which I've seen when I was doing the research on this young man named Rashid. I've seen that, you know, because he would get a lot of hate comments or we get a comments that's against what he's saying, he started to get even more irritable where he says, you're not going to do nothing. You're not going to touch me and all these different things. But deep inside, I know for sure that he's not feeling comfortable with that, but he wants to do it to still rile up an emotion, to feel like he's a badass in these situations. And he's not even understanding. His mom is trying to help him, as well as advise a solution for him to cool it. So, Pip.
So, whatever happens to him, happens to him. He made his bed, so now he has to lie in it. But from me, I feel ashamed. I'm very disappointed. It's disgusting. And I'm sorry to the people that have been affected by the things that he has said over the years and has done with harassing people and constantly antagonizing people. Because enough is enough.
And I think the mother's response to the whole entire situation would be the same solution or the same words that I would say to my son, and which I would automatically say that, you know, I've tried for years on end and I told you, and then these people is hitting you up and stuff like that. But if you want to continue, continue. But just understand I don't support this and I'm going to step away from you for my own safety, number one, and number two, for my own mental clarity. Whatever you decide to do is on you, but just don't say that I didn't warn you. You understand what I'm saying? And so with that being said, going back into this nice guy chronicle and all this other stuff, a lot of men let themselves down when they call themselves a nice guy because you're initiating yourself that you could be seen as a beta, you could be seen as a pushover, and you could be seen as these very much a lot of these different things where a woman could take advantage of you. And so many times I've seen, even in real life, women that work these regular 9-to-5 jobs, minimum wage, or, you know, they have a certain fixed income that they're getting, that they will use men. They will use these quote unquote nice guys, and these nice guys will run back to their friends or run back to me sitting up there saying, oh, I don't know why this girl is not paying me attention. You know, I give her this, I give her that. You know, I give her a car, or I give her food, or I give her sneakers and stuff like that. You know, I'm the plug in this, that, and the third. I said, that's exactly the point, young brother, because it's about opportunity. It's an opportunistic type of transaction. She's not looking at you as someone she takes seriously. And even a lot of these men who are thirsty, that is trying to get with a woman sexually, they don't see that they're getting used. So all in all, I will say, not only to this young brother Rashid, in which he probably would never listen if he was to get a hold of my page, and to other brothers out there, stop letting yourself down with these nice guy talks. You're only putting yourself in a very bad situation and not allowing yourself to actually be more confident and move in a different way and say different things where you're taken seriously as a man. There's limitations when you call yourself a nice guy. And this is coming from someone who used to believe in that whole entire nice guy crap, and then believing that, you know, oh, I don't know why I'm getting in the friend zone and this, that, and the third. And as I grew up, I said, I don't give a damn about a friend zone. If a woman likes me, a woman likes me. I'm not playing games. Okay. And I don't give a damn if she thinks I'm a nice guy or not. You understand? So otherwise than that, I would say to these young brothers, please, please do not consume so much of this red pill content that is making you say a lot of crazy ass things online, even to the point that you pretty much want a woman to be raped. Okay. And if you like the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Peace.